Today is day 6 of our tiling project.
Retirement is not easy. Day 6. Getting a good start. Let me zoom in on the pool. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Starting to sprinkle. Looks pretty good over there. That's where the weather comes from. That east, northeast area. It's a little brighter over there. Let's take a quick walk out. Clouds don't look too bad. Now the weather forecast today is 100% rain from now till about 1 p.m. and then it gets better. We did get rain last night. Looks like maybe another inch. I'm gonna have to take water out of the pool just because it's been raining every night. But a little bit of a delay getting the tile last night. Took a little bit longer. Like I said in the previous video, I'm not really known at Dumaguete City Hardware. I don't go there that much. I take the extra 15-20 minute ride to Sabulin just because I like that store better parking. So the guys that were holding the tile, they left for the day. So they weren't able to help me, and I had to get somebody I didn't know, and they didn't know that the tile was reserved for me. It just seemed to take a long time, and then we were there. I think we were there a full hour. We got there at 6. I think it was 7 o'clock before we got the tile, and we checked out, and they closed at 7. So, you know, they were trying to get all the customers out. And we walked outside, and it was raining. So we had to load up in the rain, and I had to put all the grout in the 6 bags, which I didn't want to do. Let's see if this is open. We always have a Mexican blanket down, but take a look. Can you see the residue of the cement? So I got to get that cleaned up. But it is what it is. I mean, we have to make sure the guys always have their stuff. Because if you run out of supplies, you run out of materials, the project stops. And that's not a good thing. So I asked them, I let them choose. Do you want to go into the carport today, or do you want to go out here? And they just looked at the sky and says, no, we want to finish up here. So that's good. I mean, that would be my choice too. So hopefully before the rain gets too bad, we'll get this done and to there. That would be nice. That'd be nice and closed off. And then we'll see where we're at with the rain. And then we'll just have to do the two areas. Area behind the water feature and that little block over there. And we're still going back and forth if we're going to do the little shower area, because that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to let Wilma make that decision, because the paint's holding up good. But there's some serious angles there, and it might cause a problem with the transition there, and even with the transition there. So we might leave that gray and this maybe just touch it up. You know, one of the things I haven't showed you in a long time, we do have an outlet in the water feature. So that's handy to have that out here. So we've been using that every day. And yesterday, I didn't mention in yesterday's video, I was the cut man. That's why I'm getting a little late start today, because I slept in just a bit. The guys get here like 10 to 8, and I didn't get up to 7:45. So the guys were here. Wilma unlocked the truck. They had the truck unloaded. The truck was up here. They had the tile offloaded, and they put it right there. So that's what we picked up last night. 6 bags, a whole bunch of grout, and 25 tile. So that's where we're at for the morning. So I guess we'll just have to see what the weather brings. So I want to show you one thing that we're working on. This area is domed. I mentioned it a few times on videos. So I want to show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at these tiles, they're 1 inch. See, there's only 2 tiles exposed. 1, 2, and just a tad, 1/8 of an inch. So basically 2 inches. So let me sit here. You see 2 inches. Then as it goes to the outside of the pool, see how you see more of the coating? So when I walk over to this side, remember it was 2 in the middle. 1, 2, 3.5, or 3 1/4. Almost 4. And it's true on both sides. So that's how we poured the concrete. So it was relatively easy to keep it going with the tile. So between the filters, right here is the high point, and then it domes away. It'll shed water, and then same thing here. Now we had one area that always caught water. There was one spot over there, and it rained all night, and you can see they fixed it. They got it built up a little bit because they're using a level as they go right there. But this was the bad spot. This area right here would hold maybe 1/4 inch of water after a rainstorm. So this area fluctuates. So there is a high point right there, and this is a low point. So it didn't mean anything when it was just concrete, but it certainly does with tile. So the tile would be like this, and that's probably why it was holding water, because it was a high point. So the ever famous chip, they're using a hammer and a piece of plastic with a nail, and they're knocking out the high point. So these guys are perfectionists. They're really doing a nice job making sure that, you know, it's getting done. Now they could have very easily just put a lot of mortar there and just slammed it in, and you know, nobody would know until the next rainstorm. But definitely high right at the corner, low over here. That's why it would hold water. They're gonna fix it, and then they'll shed the water out to the grassy area. So doing some real nice fine work. I'm sitting here answering comments. Okay, midday update. Rocking and rolling. So far, we have not had rain. I mean, just some very light sprinkles. Does look like a lot of clouds though, huh? You see down by the ocean, it's brighter. Actually, it looks down by Darwin. Darwin is that way. Looks like they're in sun. And over there, it's a little lighter, and that usually means the rain's going to hold off. As you can see, let me just do a tiny zoom. Just a couple sprinkles. Nothing to worry about at this point anyway. But I remember they were here this morning. So we got all the way through here. And a lot of cuts. So working here. So they'll get this done. So it's midday. So this is probably, I think they're going to just fall a little bit short just because there's quite a few cuts here in and around the water feature. So they might not quite get it, but I think it's going to be pretty close. So not bad. As long as the rain holds out for just a few more hours. So at 5 p.m. today, rain away. Rain, go away. But if it does, we'll go into the carport and just keep adding tile in there. So I feel like I'm behind with videos. I got a few stacked up. I need to get over there because they're putting the roof rafters on, and it's the perfect time to do a video talking about metal roof rafters, how they deal with it for rust proofing, how do they attach it to the concrete beams and rebar, how they weld it in place, and then talk about typhoon clips to hold the roof structure down to the house, because that's the issue, is the lift. So that's the perfect time to do that. So that's going to be the next video with our neighbors, is talking about roof rafters. And then also a good friend of ours, Ellen and Sandy, just broke ground on their build, and we're very excited to do some videos on that build. In fact, I'm trying to talk to them about starting their own channel, because they're a great couple. We're good friends with them. They were subscribers that reached out to us a long time ago when the house was just wrapping up. They came out for a visit, and then we turned into good friends. So they're building the next municipal over, which is Zamboguita, which is basically right over there. So they're not far from us at all. So when we visited their land, we could see this mountain. We could not see our home. I think it's because of these trees right here. But we could definitely see the mountain right behind us. So their home is over that way somewhere. So they just recently broke ground. And let me show you their 2D rendering. It's really a great design. They really put a lot of thought into it. And the reason why we're excited about it is because we feel, Wilma and I, that we're just a little bit part of the build, because they come up here all the time. We talk about building, and got some ideas from our build as well as other builds in the area, and they really took their time and drew out exactly what they wanted, made some changes. It's going to be a great house, and really looking forward to seeing it built. And I got a couple stories about how the four of us sat down and we're talking about different designs and what the roof should look like in the rooms, and curb appeal. So there's a couple good stories regarding their build, and it's really nice to see that a couple sits down and really thinks it out, and gets the house they want. So again, call it a dream house. How often does people get a chance to design exactly what they want, basically have all the input, design, making changes here, making changes there, and doing it exactly the way they want? So again, it's going to be a great build, and looking forward to bringing that to you shortly. We're going to try to get up there this week if possible and do the initial video. They've already broken ground, and they're starting to work on doing the footings for the property. So looking good for the noon update. 5 p.m. quitting time. Guys are cleaning up all the tools. Look at the weather. Remember earlier in the day I said it was 100% chance of rain basically all the way to like 1, 2 o'clock. And we had little sprinkles in the morning, and that's it. From noon on, not a drop. So we got some blue skies over there, behind us. So it cleared up. Little cloud over there, but we got lucky. So as the guys are cleaning, give you guys an update. Remember I said during these projects, we're going to put a automatic gate opener. So we're getting a step in the right direction. The first thing I need to do is repaint the gate. Lasted 1 year. We did put the rust inhibitor on all the steel, and we painted 2 coats of black, and it lasted 1 year. And just with the sun and rain and just the humidity, it's failing. Not to mention Prince likes the bottom of the gate. So I'm going to power wash it, and one of you viewers, so thank you, you know who you are if you watch this video, suggested that I get bed liner paint So I did actually redo the back of my truck after our build because we spilt some paint and there was some glue back there and scratches. So I cleaned it up real good and did coat it with a bed liner spray that I found on Shopee. Take a look. So I found that product. It comes from Japan. I found that product on Shopee. I ordered it, sprayed it on really good. I ordered 2 large cans. I'm thinking 1 can will do this side, 1 will do the other. It really goes on nice. It has like a texture to it. And I think 2 cans will definitely be enough because they're very large cans. They're like 18 inches tall or 16 inches tall. They're big cans. So we're going to get that done, and then we'll work on getting that installed. I got to order all the parts for it, so it's going to take a little time. Still need to find a gardener. Our gardener is having a baby, so we're going to have to find somebody to take care of that. That'll happen soon, and then we'll see where we're at here. There's Wilma with Prince. This is like deja vu. It's same thing as yesterday, right? We're doing the 5 o'clock update. You're feeding Prince, and we're getting ready to go to
City Hardware.
Off to City Hardware. This was last night's haul, and we're going to duplicate this because there's the final 25 boxes, City Hardware, of this batch, of this type. So I can confirm that this is gray, though it looks tan. Our neighbors watched the video and they were curious, so they stopped by to check on the progress of their build, and they yelled over the fence, "Hey, can we come over and see your tile?" Sure. So we spent a nice afternoon with our neighbors, and they confirmed this is gray. So I'm not going to mention that anymore. So guys did a good job. A lot of cuts today. So not quite the progress, but a lot of cuts. So the good news is this area was done and wrapped up this area. So it's all starting to come together now, almost usable. And this took some time to step up and see how we're keeping the lines even on the step up. And obviously that's a pretty intricate cut. Some cuts over here. We're keeping up with the edges. See the bullnose edging? Keeping up with that. We decided not to do this area. We'll just clean it up, and then I'll just touch up with that paint, just because I don't think it's going to last, and we might have sharp edges, so I don't want to do that. So working on behind the water feature. Tomorrow this won't be a problem. Knock this out during the first couple hours, I would imagine. And then we will be officially done with the pool patio. So that's big news. I need to do a separate video on our second tank. You guys know that we bought a second tank so we can double our water storage. Is it hooked up yet? It is not. So that's going to be a video within itself, only in the Philippines. A little bit of a fiasco, got a nice story to tell. Bottom line is I'm going to do the hookups myself, and I'll explain that. So real good day. Happy that it did not rain. Off to City Hardware. The guys are cleaning up now. It's just at 5 o'clock. Again, they stopped about 10 to 5. Look at all the pieces of tile. A ton, right? Always some waste. It is what it is. But all the little cuts, like around the back of the water feature, we can use these pieces. Got a couple pieces over there. Then we'll get this, cleaned up and get this tile out of here. But tomorrow, they're going to be officially here. Probably at least half a day, if not 3/4 of a day. So we'll see how that plays out. So now rain is no longer a factor. Again, we're going to go pick up 25 more cases. One of the things, too, I didn't tell you, as you remember, you probably saw, I should have pointed it out. We raised this up, and I just measured this the other day. I keep saying this is 10 feet. It's 11 feet because I measured it because of the slider going in. And I said, wait a minute, this is 11 feet tall. So we're going to go ahead and close this off at 11 feet all the way down to here. That's going to be closed off, a little more privacy from the neighbors. And then we're going to turn around and do the same thing with this panel right here. So it's going to go up 2 plus 3. So this is 3 block. This will be 5 block. It's going to come across. So a little more privacy. And there's a specific reason why we're doing that. And we will tell you shortly. Something is going here in the future. Maybe you guys could guess in the comment section what that is. Here, I've been thinking about this. Getting comments from you guys. Just tile it. Just tile it. The truck will not crack the tile. You guys may be right. I'm still nervous. So I don't want to put all the money into the tile and then drive up with the truck and it starts cracking. I know if you install it right, this is a good surface. You put good tile with good mortar installed properly, it should be okay. I'm just not going to do it. So we're going to have the 2 wide here. The gray area will be covered with tile. And then what we're going to do here is, if you remember, longtime viewers, this is seal coated. So is this seal coated. That is not seal coated. This gets wet. This gets wet. What do you see different? One, it's a different color, but look at the green mold growing already because of the rainy season. And I think that's green around there because of that flower pot. So this is difficult, and I hate to see this. You see how we don't have it on the fences? We don't have it on anywhere in the house. So many houses in the Philippines has green, and that's because of the overhang. Because of the overhang, it keeps not only the house cool, it keeps the mold growing. But unfortunately, here we got green mold, so we have to attack that. But I'm thinking it's because of the seal coat. It's not allowing it to grow. That's my theory. Again, you can comment if you agree with that or not. So you can see it's starting to wear off. So what I'm going to do is get another gallon, and a gallon goes a long way. This small area, I could probably do 3 coats with a gallon. So I'll do 3 light coats, but I'm going to try something. And once again, for you construction guys, let me know if I'm making a big mistake or not. I'm going to take that clear coat, and I'm going to take some of this gray grout. It's just cement with a gray tint. Put a little of that in the gallon. Mix it real good. Get it to tint a little bit with that cement. And I'm going to go ahead and clean this really good. That's just dirt from the truck tires. And just clean this really, really good. Put down some cleaning agent and really spray it off with the pressure washer. And I'm going to go ahead and clear coat this again, but with a gray tint. So now it'll blend a little bit more with the gray tile. So tell me what you guys think about that. So are we ready?
Yeah.
Ready to head all the way to Dumaguete?
Again.
Am I going to have another calzone tonight?
Yes.
All right, calzone it is. All right, so guys, end of day 6. Prince says he wants to go for a ride.